Hey guys, Mr. Cope here. So I'm going to show you guys in this video how you're going to be doing the transect and the quadrat for the lab that you're doing. Obviously I'm out here just out in the middle of an area. So you're going to want to do this. You can do this in your backyard. You can also do this really anywhere. You can find a park. But what you're looking for is a little bit of diversity. That's the key. You're looking for things that are different. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you guys what I'm looking at. All right, so I'm out here literally just right off of a walking path. I've got a little bit of diversity here, and I have my 4 yards or 4 meters, because we're using meters, of string. Now you can use, as you'll see in the instructions, you can use toilet paper, you could use fishing line, whatever you want to use that you have available. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a random spot and I'm going to start my line. So I'll start it right in there and I will take it in a straight line so you can actually see I've got my 4 meters and I want it to be on the ground in a fairly straight line. So I'll actually take this and set it underneath. And what I'm looking for here is for anything living that falls on that line. So I'm gonna find some weeds in here. I've got this bush. I'm gonna look for any insects if there's fallen leaves. When I get down here in this gully, I might find some interesting things by turning over and pulling up stuff. So what I'm really looking for is anything that lives in this area. Now obviously it's nighttime, so I'm not going to have as much, but this is what I'm looking for. Now on your transect line, you should have marked all of the I think it's 10 centimeters, but make sure you look at the directions. I didn't mark them on mine. I just didn't have the time and I wanted to get this together. But you're going to start at one end, and any living thing you're going to record in the data. Now you probably have an area that you might be able to find that's a little bit better than this or worse. It's really not incredibly important if you find tons of biodiversity. If you happen to have like a trail, find a trail. You can find something. Your goal is just to find different things. So don't do this on your lawn. The next part we're gonna do on a lawn. But for this, like I've got tons of shrubs over here that you can kind of see. Of course, I'm shooting this in the middle of, at like 7 o'clock at night, but you're looking for biodiversity because you wanna be able to get a population, because what they do is they'll do this in a random section. And by looking at just this random transect, we can find out the average amount of that plant in the entire area so that we don't have to go around and count every single species. So that's part 1. Part 2, I'll show you right after this. And of course, as I'm walking back over towards my house, I see this really nice little entrenched area. This would be a good area to do. Obviously, wherever you're working, you want to be smart. Keep your eyes out for any animals, snakes. You need to make sure that you are being safe because it is vital. Whoops, there we go. You know, don't do anything unsafe. All right, so for this next part, you're gonna be doing, using the same 4 meters. We're gonna create a squared meter section. You can do it in a circle or you can do it in a perfect square. It's up to you. You just want to try and keep it as symmetrical as possible. So what you're going to do is you are going to find an area of lawn, grass. Now you can do this at your house. You can do this out in a park, wherever you have access to some grass. If you don't have access, ask somebody in class who does. Maybe they can share a picture with you. And what you're just going to do is you're going to take your yarn or string or toilet paper, whatever you're using, and you're going to set it out in a square. Now you want to make sure that in this 1 meter square or circle, I'm going to actually do it as a circle. You want to make sure that there are some weeds in there or some dead grass, some dandelions. So you can see in mine, I've got some crabgrass here. And now I've got it in as good of a circle as possible. It's okay. And I'm basically just going to go through and around and get an estimation of percent cover of grass versus weeds or dead spots. I think there's a big dead spot there. And that's what I'm looking for here to find my percent cover. So again, you can do it in a rough circle or square, however you feel comfortable doing it and making it happen. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, shoot me an email or a message on Teams. Good luck and have fun.